So this ground of being, I recognize, is my most useful time with you to strengthen your ability to live in this place, to discover its location in your own experience, in your own awareness, for yourself. And then stay in remembrance. That will be your work, to keep returning to your ground of being as part of your 24-hour day. And you can do little things that can break the routine, little tricks that can take you out of the box of your habitual self. You know, go for a walk at night. Jump into an ocean that's too cold. This whole idea of exploring new ways of being will not at first look interesting to your old way of being. Life will actually provide you doorways to do this, but typically you don't want to go there. When you're being alert to life and something's coming up and something is being invited or different than what you're used to, the opportunity is, okay, go through the unwanted door. See what's there. Quit living in the routine of the habitual life, that momentum that you are being carried on. And in the process, you begin to start bringing new light, new life into yourself. Where these old lives, when the sucking of water out of stone has become its main entertainment, become irrelevant. It's another kind of living that's aligned with the truth of you. It takes years and years to discern what is that truth, what is that purpose, what is that importance. You'll listen to me, people listen to me for years and years, and they're just beginning to discover what it is I'm pointing to. Because you have to bring it into your lived life to really begin to discover the opportunity. I'm referring to the Gita. This is in the 13th chapter, my second most favorite chapter. Verse 501, now I shall tell you that which is worth knowing, which ensures immortality. It is the knowledge of the beginningless Supreme Brahman, who is neither manifest nor unmanifest, neither being nor non-being, having hands, feet, eyes, ears, heads, and faces everywhere. It exists in this world, pervading and enveloping everything, manifesting itself through all the senses, yet completely free from the senses, unattached yet sustaining all, though attributeless, but enjoying all the qualities. It is eminent and all-pervading. It dwells within and without all beings. Because of its subtlety, it's both moving and unmoving, beyond comprehension, existing simultaneously, near and far. Though all-pervading and whole, it appears as if divided in animate and inanimate beings. It is the only object of knowledge, the creator, sustainer, and destroyer of beings. It is the light of all lights beyond darkness. It is knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the process of knowing. It is seated in the hearts of all being. We live in the fabric of this consciousness. It is what animates everything that lives. It is consciousness, not just our little frequency of awake consciousness that our mind and senses and body allows us to enjoy. All dimensions of consciousness. Consciousness supporting this floor, the dirt beneath the floor, the mantle of the planet, the volcanic activity below that. It is the consciousness that pervades in this air, in the entire fabric of all of nature, It's this consciousness that is interspaced throughout all space, vast, infinite times of distances, unspeakable infinities, vast forces. And right here, right now, all interconnected. Any one piece can know every other piece. It is all in a process of simultaneous entrainment. But in each of us, we organize this consciousness, this Brahman, this field, organizes into a person in each of our bodies. It's the body that allows us to think we're separate. It's the body that gives us the idea that we have choice. It's the body that allows us to learn and to evolve and to understand and to figure out who we are. What is the opportunity of life? Why are we here? And how do we live? The universe is beginning to question its own existence with us. It has no question previous, but it has no knowing either. It has no way of knowing it exists except through each of us. We are all channels, instruments, vehicles for this vast, all-pervading quality of consciousness to come into being and to know itself. Therefore, what's inherent in us is the very fundamental fabric of existence. It also carries a fundamental power. Just as scientists have discovered that even a cubic meter of space has tremendous power called zero-point energy. So too, each of us has this quality of this Brahman, this all-pervading base of being in existence. Behind that is the Sat. Behind that is this condition prior to all of this existence. We can know this too. It can be met. It can be recognized. We can make the distinction. The little biological human brain, enhanced by consciousness, training and redesigning the operation of the body so it comes out of its small, habitual, narrow, selfish patterns of living, can be opened up, can begin to become actually channels and passageway for this consciousness to become available to us as personal experience, as direct knowing, a quality of immediacy that's way beyond what we call human immediacy, a quality of all-pervading nowness. And with that comes this power, this ability to dissolve that which is not truth. To live in the field of that energy when it's been able to come and find an expression in a human body is to prepare you, to prepare your individuality to go through a transformational process that allow you to break out of the momentum of your past. It may take time. It isn't something actually that you do, it's rather something you align with. And then the actions of doing come spontaneously, because you recognize more clearly what creates suffering and what doesn't. What brings you to truth and what doesn't. What separates you from existence and what brings you into relationship with existence. It's this quality of discerning the nature of what is truth, the nature of truth consciousness. So, you may not think this conversation has a lot of relevance for your psychological issues, or your resentment for your aunt or your father or the person who abused you. But in fact, it's the underlying dissolving of the whole thing that would make those things issues for you. It's an underlying dissolving of the belief, the identification, the addiction to those small structures of our separative existence that we would believe we would completely lose ourselves in. So it is relevant, but it's not relevant in the old way. It's not relevant in the way of the momentum of our ego and our life and our separative existence and trying to feel better and get what we want and avoid what we don't want. It's a whole different paradigm because you start living for something other than that little miserable, squalid, complaining, dissatisfied creature that we've been up to now. And we start living for something larger. Something that comes automatically as we do so, as we align ourselves with that. As we give ourselves over to that. We give ourselves over to serving that. And then it more and more lives us. The more we're willing, the more we surrender, the more we allow, the more we align our individual will with its will, the more rapid is our progress. The more quickly we come out of the paradigm that has bound us, has bound our parents and our ancestors and our culture and our world.